welcome to another instalment of Crash and some more metal mashing, barrier bashing, bone breaking, glass smashing, rubber ripping, leather twisting, limb smacking, sporting action. We begin stateside and the prestigious American Le Mans Series, which takes competitors all over the US of A and occasionally across the border into Canada as well. No matter where they go, these high-performance sports cars can often be found making their way into a barrier at high speed. This is Mazda's turbocharged MZR at Road Atlanta. The Road Atlanta meeting's a 10-hour-long race, and the longer they're on track, then the more chance they have of mishaps.
Oh, he's lost it! Scott Sharp loses it and hits the wall!
A big smash for Scott Sharp, who hit the inside of the tunnel sideways on, and the danger's not over yet as his rivals scream past him at high speed. Here's another look at that smash as Sharp exits the turn, and as he gets the power back on, he loses control and is unable to prevent the car from smacking into the wall. Now here's some advice: never work with super glue. Anyway, back to the action. Same race, same corner, and there's the car we just saw in the pits, and check out the right rear wheel, which is no longer aligned with the car. More trouble, this time a harmless spin. It's over to Blighty next, and quite often cars don't look to be going that fast. Until they leave the circuit, that is. This is the mini challenge from the world-famous Donington Park. Watch again as the two cars tear down Craner curves, and what appears to be a little nudge from behind sends the 22 car flying off into the gravel and out of the race. Staying at Donington Park, these are Ginetta sports cars going for a play in the rain. Lots of cars and lots of spray can generally lead to mayhem. Here's a perfect example as the cars race into the first turn. And one driver carries straight on. It's not just racing. Oh no, there's the freestyle event as well. 7 out of 10 for the pirouette. Not to be outdone, this driver has a go as well, but only gets a 5. The parking wardens were also in attendance. No clamp required this time. The offender is led away, and rightly so. And there's our final Ginetta, going out with a bang. Staying at Donington Park in the rain, and these are the mighty quick Radical sports cars. Taking a long time to slow down on the slippery grass at Craner curves. The noble pursuit of cycling. It may be environmentally friendly, but it's certainly not body friendly, especially when a couple of your rivals run over you for good measure. Which one will go this time? The green one, the orange one, yellow one, the blue one? No more bets, please. If you said dark blue and number 25, give yourself a pat on the back. Slow motion, and watch as the number 12 decides to throw his bike on the ground in sympathy, despite not touching his fallen rival. Next up, it's Rallycross. But it's Doran looking on the outside of Carnegie to find a way through, and he's found a way through. He's passed Dermot Carnegie, but he's slid. He's gone too hard, too far, too fast, and He's out! Now Pat Doran having a look at the inside. Lawrence Gibson. He said he'd be aggressive, and he certainly is. Doing everything, trying to force his way through. Carnegie looking for a gap. I think he's got it. He's got it. His Gollop must have made a mistake. And Carnegie's through, and Gibson is flying, absolutely flying through as well. This is Rallycross. This is what it's all about. Carnegie leads, and where's he going? Where's Carnegie going? He's gone straight on. Now, either that was a mechanical problem or he was forced there. Gibson, part of Gibson's machine is hanging off. Gollop's now having a look at Gibson. He's having a look on the inside, and he's going to get him. He's moving up. No, Gibson defending his line. Where's Doran going? Now Doran's hit the tyres. It's all kicked off big style at Mondello Park. Here we go again. This is a replay on board with Doran. Bang! In slow motion. 2 into 1 doesn't go. But Doran somehow manages to keep going. He's got a heck of an advantage over Doran. Gollop's in third. This is going to be costly when they get these back to the garage later. From Rallycross to rally, and hopefully things can calm down a touch after that last episode. No other cars to hit out here on the open road. This is future rally champion Guy Wilkes at Rally Isle of Man.
130, Bad Dip and Dress. 120, right one plus, 160. Left. Steady, steady. I don't want to get from here. Reverse.
A hard stopping moment for the crew.
Can you reverse? Can you reverse? Flick it back on. Flick it back on.
Co-driver Phil Pugh managing to keep a cool head.
Keep going towards them posts if you can. Okay. Right, lock the place in the nose, right? Lock the place in the nose.
Staying in the Isle of Man, and Philip Morrow losing out momentarily to the hairpin. Same corner, different driver. Similar outcome. Now listen up for some words of advice.
60, hairpin right, tightens, don't cut. Hairpin right, tightens, don't cut. Hairpin right.
Do you think he was listening?
Long to left, tighten, late, 80.
This time, we're with Mitsubishi driver Rory Gallagher. The roads are tight. The surface is shiny. What could possibly go wrong?
1 right, 70.
This time we get to see the reaction of the driver and note the look on his face when he realises it's about to go wrong. And this is the aftermath.
Through the previous corners, the car seemed fine. It's a very similar corner to one just back the road half a mile or so. And we just pushed a little bit too hard through it, and it understeered and caught the edge of the grass, and that was it.
This is almost a case of blink, and you'll miss it.
Whoa, got the gate.
Look up the word motocross in the dictionary and you'll see it defined as guaranteed to provide drama, excitement and mishaps. Waiting for the gate to go, and away we go. Oh, great stop by Mike Brown. Gareth Swanepoel's alongside so too. Tommy Searle on the inside, but it's going to be Mike Brown who leads. Oh, down goes Tommy Searle. 1, 2, 3 bikes are down. 4 bikes back. That's Coleman's down, so too is Swanepoel. Unbelievable. Jamie Law as well on the Suzuki. But they're picking themselves up. Jason, what a start.
Yeah, disaster there for a number of the top guys in the championship, trying to get the bikes going again. And we've got another pilot for you.
Here's the action slowed down and start counting the fallers as they topple. And there's more.
This is the battle for third place. And Elliott backs Brown and Butler, who has not seen anything of at all this year.
Yeah, this is Elliott with a really heavy fall there.
Oh, he is. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Mike Brown and Tommy Searle. Tommy Searle at the inside of Mike Brown. Oh, a little bit of fisticuffs there possibly, and Mike Brown doesn't like it either, so Tommy Searle goes up into first place. Mike 101, Tommy Searle, but he needs to... Oh dear, he's gone down. Tommy Searle has gone down. And Mike Brown, well, I'm sure he's got a little chuckle as he goes past.
Just kind of bobbles through and gets the front wheel crossed on landing, and that was it.
And there's more mayhem still to come. Welcome back to what's become known as the joy of crash. For many years, the Macau Grand Prix has been one of the toughest racing events on the planet. The tight, twisting street circuit is lined with crash barriers, and at high speed, the slightest error can become very damaging. Plus, there's the walk of shame. And this is the crash to blame.
We're waiting for the lights now. The red lights come on when they go off. We will have start of the 10-lap qualification race at the 53rd Macau Grand Prix. And away they go. Who's it going to be? A bad start it looked for the number 6 pole car. Harate though straight into the lead, and Roman Grosjean didn't get away there. Oh, there's going to be problems here. They can't slow down. The top 3 go. Di Resta has a little spin on the cement dust. Well, we're on board with Di Resta. Here's a replay then. Di Resta on the far left of your picture. You can see these top 3 looking for a way to slow down. Asma sees the Kobayashi's come up on the inside. Asma can't turn in, and it was Kobayashi who was going far too fast. And another squabble going on for positions here, and that was number 6.
The final turn at Macau can quite often be the final destination for the car. Across the Pacific we go now. This is the Road Atlanta circuit in Georgia and the American Le Mans Series. Endurance racing, but sometimes it can resemble the dodge and ride at the fun fair. And these are Porsche, Ferrari, all manner of sports cars and all manner of crashes. From high-speed, horrifying smashes to gentle spins. And not forgetting coming togethers.
Oh, Alan McNish on the bumps and hits John Field, spins out, but just couldn't control that car. It was all over the place. John Field's on the grass as well, and disappointment for both drivers.
You guys are going to need a nose.
Alan McNish just telling the pits that he's going to need a new nose. Here's a replay. So Alan McNish comes out to lap John Field, and you can just see the bumps unsettling. John Field has to turn in at that point, and the two collide. This is Thomas Enger and the 73 car.
In recent years, Audi have been the dominant force in this series, but sometimes they don't get things all their own way. And here's the driver's eye view of that accident. Cause of this innocent-looking crash? A puncture, which sent Audi's Marco Werner into the barrier. The replay shows that once it blows, there's nowhere to goes. Some say you have to be nuts to be a racing driver. Talking of nuts, now either this next driver is slowing down to avoid the squirrel, or we're watching slow motion. The racing in American Le Mans can be very close. Sometimes a little too close, especially on the winding street circuits. The series is a mix of quick GT cars and the ultra-quick LMP cars, and quite often the two don't mix too well. The Ferrari didn't know the Porsche was there until it's too late. Sometimes the GT cars don't need any outside interference.
Safety car comes out and some damage to the side of the 71 Tafel Racing Porsche.
Here's another example of LMP GT rivalry. Generally, there are no winners when these two categories come together. Next, we look at another hazard of motor racing: fire.
There's no doubt about it, there's something leaking, and probably oil for that full of smoke. It just catches fire, and from then on, we just see it ignite. That's the point where the power goes out on that car. It stops, gets out very quickly, having pulled off the racetrack, the racing line, and onto a safer part of the track, and gets out very quickly, and straight away the IMSA safety crews are on the way. And they will now start trying to tame those flames as the, of course, safety car comes out, and the fire extinguisher is launched on the back of that Flying Lizard Porsche. And well, Johannes van Overbeek safely out of the way, being looked after, but can only just stand and watch that car going up in flames.
It's back to England and the Croft race circuit playing host to the Junior Ginetta Championship. Oh, there's bumping and barging and off goes. That looks like Petit, car 66. 2 or 3 cars have gone off there. Here we go again, as they all go in, and they all just seem to carry on. We may get another chance of another angle. And Petit just may be a little bit too quick into the turn, and he therefore blocks the path of Vernon and Sharp. Into the hairpin or more up the inside as Jepson gets it wrong slightly. So a new race leader, Jefferson, locks it up going into the hairpin. Oh, Nigel Morbilek touch again and off slightly, but back on goes James Jefferson. Oh, Nigel Moore's got a problem. Off he goes at Clervaux, and you can see what's happened to the rear. Finally, it's back to the USA for a farewell from American Le Mans. This is another of the Audi LMP1 cars which have dominated the series in recent years, finding its way onto the tyre barrier at Road Atlanta. Thankfully, despite hitting the wall at high speed, the driver is able to unclip himself and get out of the car. Here's another look at the crash, and the horrifying moment for the driver when he realises, despite his best efforts, he's not going to make it around the corner.
Well, you know, there's not a lot to say. I came down the hill, everything was fine. Started turning, the car just went absolutely straight. I could feel something give. I tried to brake, I see the brake marks when I got out of the car, but I mean, it's just something gave up in the front. It was a tire or something, but something just wouldn't turn at all.
Here's a little nudge to say our time here is almost done. But before we go, a couple of innocent-looking incidents. Which ultimately could prove to be expensive. falls, we say our farewells. And it's goodbye from this Porsche at the final turn at Road Atlanta. And this is how it ended up there. That's all for now, but join us again next time for more mishaps and mayhem from the world of sport. Whether it's on 2 wheels or 4, turbo power or pedal power, there's always a crash just waiting to happen.